All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm the host with the most, KirPodcast, back again with another video. Just want to let you know it's going to be a talking head video, so go ahead and minimize me, and listen to what your boy got to say. In this video, what we are going to talk about is the topics that I think is what we need to discuss. And what we need to discuss today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon is gaming. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, what about gaming do we need to discuss? The biggest thing we need to discuss, or first thing topic, would be NVIDIA. NVIDIA is screwing us on the GPUs if you're on the PC side, and I'm pretty sure you're a little angry and upset and saying to yourself, yes, they are. Now, what about NVIDIA I don't like? What I don't like about NVIDIA is the fact that they're sitting there putting out GPUs at 5060, 5050, and they're sitting there screwing you, man. I mean, come on, man. Those GPUs are joking. They know they're joking. They're just overpriced and overcharging. 5090. For some people, $3,000. You know what you could do with that money right now for some of y'all now, for y'all ballers. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm talking to y'all. Y'all ain't got to worry about it. For y'all people that are not ballers, you understand that you might choose between you getting your kids' outfit, getting your kids' clothes, getting yourselves perfume, taking a girl out. It could be anything. Let me scoot back just a little bit. So it could be one of those things where you have to say to yourself, do I need to choose between groceries? I need to choose between gaming. I don't want to put you in that bind, so quite frankly, I think NVIDIA messed up for doing it, but it is what it is. So the next thing that I want to discuss that is probably on your mind is the Switch 2 and the ghosting or screen tearing when you're playing it. Now, on the Switch 2, we've been playing it. I still mess with the Sony Pony. Got to make sure I got all my stuff in a row, a little rusty. Then after I get all this out the way, probably next week or the week after, I'll start putting up more extensive stuff like I used to so you can see what I'm talking about. Screen tearing, when you slow it down, you can tell that it is ripping or tearing, and it's like, wow, or you see ghosting or artifacts on the screen. Now, I believe the reason why I didn't buy the Switch 2 currently is because of LCD. I'd rather have OLED because I got the Switch OLED. It just don't make sense to get an LCD. I think this LCD is slower or worse than the original Switch 1. But technically, if you had the original Switch 1 non-OLED, you're probably looking at it saying, I can't tell. But for people that are playing on high refresh monitors, you're probably looking at it saying, maybe there's a difference. Now, that's some screen tearing when you slow it down, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're going to put out a firmware to fix that issue, which if they haven't already by the time I'm speaking on it, they probably will. Now, will it fix it? I don't think so. You know, I think it's going to be some issues. I think it's going to mess some things up, but here we go. My biggest thing with the Switch 2 is not necessarily screen tearing, because I think it's cool, is third-party games and the price of the games. What's the use of getting it and they don't have games for it like they did originally with the Switch 1. Then my next biggest thing is going to be with the Switch 2, which should be bugging you too, not just the $80, $90 games, but what is the Switch 2 going to be like long term? Now, you ask when I say long term, what do I mean? It's going to die like the Wii, it's going to keep running strong. Are people going to buy into it? Or is the economy going to tank, bottom going to fall out across the world, and people can't afford to get it? It's just one of those things that make you think, is it the product for you right now with so many different handhelds out there? Now, I know you're going to say, well, you can't play Nintendo Switch games on other consoles. But my thing is they can brick your Switch. And because they can brick it, that kind of, that's a big hesitation for me. One of the things made me say, whoa, hold on there, Trick Daddy. Slow down. For me, that's crazy. I done bought it, I paid my money, but basically I don't own it. I'm just leasing it. And they can take the proprietary software back from me any point in time that they feel. I think that sucks, and I think you should think about that, because again, the banning is coming. And if they banned you, what you gonna do? Then what you gonna do when stores start saying, nah, they ain't taking them back? Send it in to Nintendo. Send it in to Nintendo, be like, nah, you've been banned. That's why it's been bricked. You're throwing away money. You know, we're throwing away money like that. I can't really do it, especially right now, because I think it's stupid. Shout out to University of Miami. I got to plug that because they're my boys right here. And the third thing that I wanted to discuss that in gaming that is very concerning to me is I see people playing a PlayStation and saying, well, the box I can play 8K. The box say I can play 4K. But how many of y'all got 4K monitors, not TVs? I don't feel like a TV is the same thing as a monitor, which we know there is a difference. But can it really play 8K gaming? No, it can't. But can a PlayStation Pro play 8 gaming? No, it can't. But they're telling you it can. You know, I got a 4090. It don't do it. People gonna say, we'll get to 5090. Yeah, we got to 5090. We copped it and then we took it back because again, not worth $3 grand. 8K gaming ain't it, man. Not what we doing. Even Steam said fake frames. I'm not trying to be funny, but there's a difference. Rasterization, natural, and fake frames. There's a big of a difference. Now, I know some of y'all non-tech people don't understand what I'm saying, but if you play it and check it out, turn off the fake frames, right? And then look at the basic restoration, you'll see the difference. There is a difference. Now, does it mean that you have to? No, I think it's great technology. I want to be honest. I think it's good. I think it's moving us forward. But in the same taken, I think that the way they're marketing it is incorrect. The marketing for the 5090 is wrong. NVIDIA is just throwing stuff out there, man, trying to see what sticks to the wall. 5080 is still 16 gigabytes of RAM. Video RAM is trash, man. It should be at least be 24. And I think 32 going forward for the 90 series is great. But the next thing, what the 6090 gonna be? I don't think we can go too much higher without making some type of gimmick. But sell it like that. But at $3,000, but let's be real with ourselves. NVIDIA doesn't care. Now the rumor is they're gonna be coming out with CPUs. NVIDIA. Come on, man. Stop ripping us off. I'm beginning to think you don't care about gamers anymore. It's all about AI. I want to say AI is great because I deal with it a lot, but I just want to say that we have to be careful. We got to pump the brakes on some of this stuff. I think it's growing so strong that it's going to be some problems in the end of the day. But that's my thoughts on gaming news. Again, I know you have been minimized and just listening to me. What's your thoughts? Do you believe NVIDIA is bucking the system? Do you believe ghosting on the Switch 2 is a thing? Do you believe the Switch 2 is overpriced and the games are also? And lastly, do you believe NVIDIA is full of stuff? If you do, let me know in the comment section below. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Could have been anywhere else decided to hang out, kick with me. Hashtag podcast gang, University of Miami. I see y'all out there. I catch you on the next one. See y'all next week. Peace. I'm out.